So I just moved the power valve half out. So now it's top dead center again. It could be one full turn out from half. A little different. Slow it down. Very clean also. Mid range is really good. Yeah. Oh, hey guys, and we're back. I just threw the rear wheel on and I figured might as well show you what I'm doing. First thing is you take the axles, the front and back axle, and just apply a thin layer. Super thin. Pretty much like the OEM one for all the variants. Just force this in here, put it into the pad zone, hold her in the air, and of course insert the axle. The grease just helps it run through. Oh. You gotta get the other fork, there we go. Front wheel is on. Make sure to pump that brake. Now bring those pads back together before you forget. And then we have our pinch bolts. And just loose on the right side. Like to do the right side first, do the clutch side first. There you go, a little Loctite. We don't want to over tighten anything. So it's a 17. And you notice it's going to spin the other side, see? So we have to then do up these pinch bolts temporarily so it stops it from spinning. See, I actually marked my bolts too. So you can see we're getting close to top dead torque on that. Oh, it's hard to do this in film. God damn it. I am just finishing off the pinch bolts that I never got a chance to lock tight. And then we're going to torque them down. 133 inch-pounds these pinch bolts are. And so I was explaining before the knee.
Oh, that's a rattlesnake. He wants you. That's a rattlesnake.
Tighten down the lock nut, then 130 inch-pounds. This is 30 foot-pounds. Not too much actually, because it's just aluminum. And then yeah, 133 inch-pounds, because I was just doing that. So let's finish that up. And I had marks on there that are OEM. So there should be, you can see them coming around. There's the orange marks on the side. Oh, there it is. Right almost where it was stock. There it is. So you can see why the paint is useful, because if you don't have a torque wrench, it's a good measurement to go by. Go by your paint and put her back to where the paint was, and you'll be very close. First, you know, it could make second more usable and put a bigger rear sprocket on. One bigger. Well, maybe that's the other radio people. Somebody's on our channel. There you go. Where are these guys? Whoa, whoa. Oh, fuck. That was a hard straight edge. It was like, there's the side root. And then there's the upper root. Holy fuck. I got my torque wrench, and we're at 40 foot-pounds for these guys. I have the bike weighted down, and of course, you know, give it a little bit of a... I got Loctite on everything. A little starter torque, and check the backside. And then there's this one too. Just attaching the linkages. Make sure everything's good on this side. Yeah, they're all locked in. Everything is locked in position. And it's all, the bike has a load on it, so let's get into the torque game now. Torque them up. Remember, 40 foot-pounds. There we go. Next one. There you go. There you go. And the next one. I got my 13 for the final shock bolt. It's the same torque as the other ones. There we go. Notice the torque rating brought it top dead center. This one went a little further past, and the mark's gone on that one. But it gives you an idea when you mark them and you return them to the same spot, typically it works.
Holy fuck. Where are they? Oh, we're going right now, guys. First gear, of course. Oh, those are sharp edges.
Off camera, I installed and oiled a new twin air filter, but my hands were way too greasy to film. What I used was actually this Fab 1 spray-on air filter oil from Maxima, and it worked pretty well. It's kind of funny though, when you spray it out, it comes out like ice. The whole thing freezes, and I'm like, is it because the can was frozen in my shop? So last night I put the can in Q-Man's shop, and the same thing, I sprayed it on and it turned to ice, so it's just the can effect. But so just even coverage inside and out, and any light areas I'd hit a couple times more, and that's it, guys. Oh, and then I used the AMSOIL grease and did like a finger thickness around the inner bead of the filter to make it a seal nicely. I was actually researching last night, and there's a product that you literally doubled side adhesive onto the ring of the intake boot, and it stays there forever, and it gives a little bit of cush, so you don't need to use grease. It's always going to make a better seal, just a little tighter fit with a nice soft boot essentially. So I might pick one of those up. They're like 10-15 bucks and can last for a long time, they said. Just install them correctly the first time. Anyways, I'm getting ready to go rip this thing, man. The weather today is not too bad. 4 to 5, 6 degrees Celsius, so very cold. You can see I am dressed to the nines, but or dressed to the negatives. Anyways, let's get this thing finished up. I want to put a new spark plug in, but I might not have time to go rip one and just put the tank on in the meantime. It'll still work. I'm just a little OCD. Why not put a new one in whenever you can, right? Especially after the full cleaning. Now, while we're in the office, guys, I want to explain something that is really neat about the oil injection, and specifically about filling it up, which goes in right here, and then there's going to be a tube through the frame that pops out somewhere. I made some marks as I was dirt biking Moab, and I brought a lot of two-stroke oil with me. In fact, I brought like 2 extra quarts and a little one that Q-Man carried on the trail in case I just needed a little top up, and I wanted to see how far it would go. And right now you can see the oil, if I level out the bike, is right there. Okay, you see it's just like a centimeter, actually that's like 6 millimeters below the dot. So this was full. It was filled, near the top. And we went to Moab, and that is 7 days, guys. That is, what is that? 15 hours of riding. 7 days. Now Moab is mostly like rock crawling, not so much fuel.
Look at the ground
clearance. But goes to show you, this thing doesn't use much oil at all.
There.
I would have used, like, it's running 100 to 1, at low RPMs, and maybe 50 to 1 when you're ripping it. Let's take a look from this side. You can see I did 2 dots there. So that was 1 day. Went from 1 dot to the next dot and to the next dot. So I should put another one. And there's still plenty. It's going to have to drop down to the middle way, like that where the crease is, where they put the 2 plastic halves together before the oil light's even going to come on. And then there's still the whole bottom section of it. So right now, 17.1 hours. I've been idling it as it went up from 16.9 after the trip, and I had just around 2 hours on the bike before Moab. So 15 hours, 7 days of riding without having to top up the oil. I think that's pretty cool. So I could go another ride, and then when the oil light does come on, whatever fuel you have, well, there's no tank, but when the oil light comes on, if you have a full tank of fuel and the oil light comes on, you can run through that full tank of fuel right down to empty, because that's what it's designed. The oil light's not going to come on when you're on the trail and be like, oh crap, we need oil. No, it's there to tell you, like, the next time you put fuel in the bike, put oil in the bike. And so really cool with the 2020 TPI 300xc, 15 hours and going on the oil tub. Like, yeah, there's the tub right there. You know, so that was the one I used to top it up before the trip, and I never topped it up again.
I must have been good time on the way back. Yeah. There you go. Let's go here. Tractor it up. No clutch needed. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna cover the clutch. Covered it. That's it. Sharp edges, huh? Where are these guys?
Since the weather is so nice today, time to winterize the RMZ. But I gotta do a little bit of maintenance first. Last time I rode the bike, yeah, that's right, ripped the fender. Gotta replace that bolt and something else. Can't remember what though. Anyways, I'm gonna do the fuel stabilizer, run the bike, run it through the carb up to operating temperature. Oh, maybe I gotta drain the oil. Yeah, I probably gotta drain the oil. Shit, I can't remember. Come on, 450. Now I know why I have the KTM. Oh, that let it start. And the fuel injection. Oh, come on. Ah.
Just go up Rusty Nail then and we'll go around that way.
Oh, let me look at the difficulty. Rusty Nail, 1.9 miles, 8 out of 10 versus 6 out of 10. So let's go this way.
Alright, hard stuff to start. Over.
It's gonna hurt my foot now. Shit. This thing is too cold. I thought the cold start on the fuel injection was tough, huh? Come on! Gotta clean out that carb. Ah! Oh, my foot. Oh. God damn you, bike.
Down the trail we go, yo.
Watch my foot, yo.
Move it out of the way, yo. Get in the way of these rock pillars. Just take you out.
So, I want to show you guys an experiment. Right now I'm in first gear, neutral, second gear. OEM settings, it's a, what is it, a 51 rear, 13 front. I want to show you how this TPI just doesn't want to stall. It's so awesome. It's hard to do this start thing. My broken thumb. Okay. Oh shit, I just put it to first. Okay, I'll show you in a second. Okay, second gear. Okay, watch this. My hand is not covering the clutch. I'm gonna fall if it stalls. Well, just listen to this. Let's try it. Well, I don't want to can hear it. I almost fell because my foot hit the rear brake. But look at this. It's crawling. I mean, I think you don't even need to shift when you think you do. You can make it through the obstacle in a second. Okay. Now this is the other one. I'll jump that in first though, but you got the idea. Now first you can crawl even more. That's what I'm saying. Where's the trail going? Oh, it goes up there. Or up there. Holy shit, some bikes went up there? Because they couldn't get up there. Oh shit.
So glad I got my new bike. Ah, what's going on here? You got fuel or what?
Holy shit, yo. Over.
Needs to get going.
A little obstacle, yo. No big deal.
Yeah, well, think about the motorcycle, yo. Over.
Like, so finicky. It's getting closer.
Let's go take a look what it is. I can get at this part anyways. Oh. Get dusty. Smoke show! Smoke show, yo!
I'm gonna lose the sun. Oh, doesn't even idle.
Run it! Nah, let me get out of here though. Whoa, watch this, guys. You don't want to do that.
No.
I wouldn't wish this upon anybody.
Holy shit. I just hopped over, just climbed the other rock. How the hell am I gonna get up here now?
Bye. There you go.
Oh, come on. This should be good. There goes the bar end.
There goes the bar end. Now we don't have to worry about cutting it off now.
Yeah.
There's somebody else's bar end.
Oh, hey guys, didn't see you there. Welcome to the show. My name is Marcel Ernie, Pro Superbike Racer, and this is Dirtbike Channel 2.0, featuring the 2020 KTM 300xc TPI for throttle port injection. Right now I'm at 19.6 hours of test time on my new machine. Loving it, by the way.
There we go, guys. 2020 KTM 300xc TPI. Help me, push me forward. Oh, fuck. Okay, that was bad.
And I've got a lot of products to bring your way to show you installation videos, product reviews, and of course, long-term tests of the KTM.
Okay, we made it, guys, thanks. Oh shit. Well, I tried. I'd love to see a pro do that. He'd make nothing of it.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't already seen my first ride review, go check out my YouTube channel, just Irnieracing, I-R-N-I-E, Racing, and check out my first ride review. And so far we've installed for aftermarket accessories the Emperor Racing pipe guard skid plate, and it is working awesome. Here's some shot from Moab. Works really well. And I also put on the Emperor Racing radiator, billet radiator braces for side impact and of course front stabbing from trees and such. And we know a tree can definitely stab into the bike and you. Check out this footage of almost getting impaled in my knee.
Whoa. Woo. Sideline. Oh my god! Ah! Dude! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! Fuck! Oh! Oh my god! It's